The American Dream Mall had always fascinated me. Its massive size, gleaming facade, and promise of endless entertainment drew me in like a moth to a flame. Little did I know that my curiosity would lead me down a dark and terrifying path. One chilly autumn evening, I decided to explore the mall after hours. The security guard, an elderly man named Frank, had always warned me about the mall's eerie reputation after dark. "Stay away from the mall at night, kid," he'd say with a shaky voice. But I couldn't resist the temptation any longer. As I entered the mall, the familiar buzz of shoppers and the cheerful music that filled the air during the day was replaced by an unsettling silence. The dimly lit corridors stretched out endlessly before me, and I could feel the weight of the place bearing down on my shoulders. My footsteps echoed through the empty halls as I wandered deeper into the mall. The stores, which were bustling with activity just hours ago, now stood abandoned. Mannequins, frozen in poses, seemed to watch me with lifeless eyes as I passed by. The escalators, once teeming with families, lay dormant and creaked ominously in the stillness. My heart pounded as I reached the amusement park section of the mall. The Ferris wheel, which usually lit up the night sky with a kaleidoscope of colors, was now a looming shadow against the moonlit sky. The carousel spun slowly, and the horses' painted faces twisted into grotesque grins in the pale moonlight. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being followed.
Hi guys,
Whispers, too faint to make out, filled the air around me. I quickened my pace, but the mall seemed to stretch on endlessly, leading me in circles. Panic set in as I realized I was lost in this labyrinthine nightmare. Suddenly, I heard a child's laughter echoing through the darkness. It was impossible, I thought. There was no one else in the mall. The laughter grew louder and more sinister, and I followed it, unable to resist its call. It led me to the entrance of an abandoned toy store. I pushed open the creaking door, and what I saw inside froze my blood. The shelves were lined with dolls, their eyes wide and unblinking. They whispered in hushed tones, their voices overlapping in a chilling cacophony. "Play with us," they pleaded in eerie unison. Terrified, I stumbled back and slammed the door shut. The laughter continued to follow me, growing louder and more manic with each step. It was as though the very walls of the mall were closing in on me. In a desperate bid to escape, I made my way to the mall's massive indoor water park. The pools, once filled with happy families, were now dark and foreboding. I waded into the water, hoping to find a way out through the labyrinthine slides. As I slid down one of the twisting tunnels, the world around me seemed to warp and shift. I emerged into a nightmarish version of the water park, where grotesque creatures with twisted faces and elongated limbs lurked in the shadows. I screamed as they closed in, their eerie laughter joining the chorus of voices that haunted me. But just as they were about to reach me, I was jolted awake, drenched in sweat, in my own bed. It had all been a nightmare, a horrifying glimpse into the American Dream Mall's dark side. But as I lay there, trying to calm my racing heart, I couldn't help but wonder if there was some truth to the stories of the mall's supernatural horrors. One thing was certain, I would never set foot in that place after dark again. Frank's warning had been more than justified, and I had no desire to become another victim of the mall's terrifying secrets.